Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to the Mercedes-Benz booth here at CES. I'm Sajjad. A little bit about my background. I used to work for Apple. I was Apple's chief evangelist and software evangelist. This meant that I spread the good news about Apple and all its products. The word evangelism comes from Greek roots, meaning bringing the good news. So in my role at Apple, I was bringing the good news of Macintosh, democratizing computing, if you will. Today, I am the chief evangelist of a company called Canva, C-A-N-V-A, out of Sydney, Australia, and we are in the business of democratizing design to make it so that anybody can create great graphics. However, today's hat is a Mercedes-Benz brand ambassador. So the brand ambassador program of Mercedes features very well-known athletes and entertainers. For example, Roger Federer is a brand ambassador. If you're into big wave surfing, i.e. 80-foot waves and Mavericks, there's Garrett McNamara. And then there's me, and I haven't quite figured out, or maybe Mercedes hasn't quite figured out that I'm not a world-class surfer or athlete or entertainer, but I can evangelize. So that is my role. Definitely being a Mercedes-Benz brand ambassador is in the category of jobs of, somebody's got to do this job. So this means that I can basically drive any Mercedes, and it's a real fun job. It's not thankless, it's really a great job. So my role here today is to act as a moderator. We've had, 5 of these inspirational talks. We have 3 more, 8 over the past 2 days. And the purpose of these inspirational talks is to give you an insight into both industry developments as well as Mercedes-Benz specific developments and directions. The framework for Mercedes-Benz going forward is an acronym called CASE, C-A-S-E. And as you can see from this diagram, the C stands for connected, the A stands for autonomous, the S stands for shared, and the E stands for electric. So those are the 4 key parameters of Mercedes going forward. So each of these particular talks covers one of these topics. And one of the most important aspects to make CASE work is artificial intelligence. It takes a great deal of intelligence for the autonomous drive, for optimization of electric cars, all those kinds of things. So the topic of this particular presentation is the impact, the effect of AI on automobiles. And in order to do that, I have 2 very distinguished speakers. The first speaker is from Mercedes-Benz, Sajjad Khan. He's the head of digital vehicle and mobility. And the second speaker is Jen-Hsun Huang from NVIDIA. So please welcome my 2 guests here. All right. You're in the middle. So this is Jen-Hsun. And everybody, one of the things that I learned about Jen-Hsun is that he's a very shy person. So we're gonna have to get him to come out of his shell. I also learned that really in this industry, we don't really need to say his last name. He's like, just say Jen-Hsun. He's like, Madonna, Prince. So this is the CEO of NVIDIA. And Sajjad here. He's our man for AI at Mercedes-Benz. So let's start, okay? So let's start with our friend from Mercedes-Benz. And I guess the question is, there may be skeptics in the world that say, well, we've been hearing this term AI for about 30 years, and now AI is being thrown around in the car business. So is it just a buzzword? I mean, what are the real implications? What are the real uses of AI in cars?
I mean, for Mercedes-Benz, AI, it has been important for us all the time. And what we are talking about is we are talking about some kind of a thing which we are really implementing together with our partners over there. In this case, for example, if you look at it in our vehicles which are standing out over there, you have the kind of the real use cases. Either they are based on to decide about your contextual information in the front, or it decides about the prediction that we did yesterday or within the last week, and to bring those kind of things down the road. And what we are doing is for those kind of things is we know that there on one side that we need an excellent software, but on the other side you also need some kind of computational power. If you have the great computational power, then you can really do the things in a way that it becomes very natural. the user. And this is where we are working very closely together with the NVIDIA and the Jen-Hsun, where we are saying we have great computational power, we have great support from their side, and based on that one, we are offering to our customers some kind of features which sounds and looks very natural, but they get across with technology which is immense.
So how about giving us 3 or 4 examples? So I'm driving along 101 in my S-Class. What's the ramification of AI? How am I going to experience AI, even though I may not know it's AI? But what just made it better?
Okay, for example, today's car, if you look at it, that okay, you have to, and when you enter into the car, you enter, I would like to go to San Francisco. You either have to do it over a speech, or you have to touch the screen and all this kind of thing. And now that we have the car over here in the C-Class, which we are showing, and we are launching that within 3 months, which we are showing is that okay, the car gets to know your behavior on its own, and then afterward, it brings you early in the morning or whenever you leave to a next destination, based on the whole kind of algorithms we are having on the back and the computational power, it suggests you something automatically on its own. And based on that suggestion, you just have to say, yes, I would like to do an action, and then every day in the morning or whenever you leave for any kind of place, there is the same is true for music and all those kind of things. Same is true with your driving behavior also. That when you're going across the curve, and when the car knows always at that point in time, you're not as good as you should be compared to a very experienced driver, then also it takes over at that point in time. So this is the kind of artificial intelligence, the machine learning, which we are implementing, and we are not talking about. We are bringing something on the road in the real time. So that's why there are some examples starting out there also, and we are bringing it incrementally down the road in the next cars also.
Okay. So now, Jess, I love the NVIDIA story. I would like you to explain to people, like, I think many people think NVIDIA gaming. Well, this is not a gaming convention, this is not a gamer's booth. So, what is NVIDIA? Explain this to me. How you went from one to the other? Are you in both? How does this all work?
Well, our company's been around for 25 years almost. And for this entire history, we dedicated ourselves to working on the most extreme computing platforms in the world. And it turns out that video games is essentially a real-time virtual reality simulation. It's the most virtually real experience that we have. And the simulation that it takes in order for video games to be amazing is some of the most computationally intensive and algorithmically rich computational development. So we've dedicated ourselves entirely to that. Now, several years ago, we had a huge breakthrough. Working on a new type of algorithm called deep learning, we were able to solve one of the greatest challenges of artificial intelligence, which is the perception of the world. The perception of the world. To what is incredibly easy for you and I to just look at what's happening, recognize what's happening around you, distill that, and construct a mental model of your environment so that you can reason about it and take action from it. It turns out that that's incredibly hard.
I'm not so sure that humans are that good at that. I can think of some politicians who could use NVIDIA chips. That's a whole.
Well, you have to infuse a little bit of artificial intelligence into it.
Yeah.
Well, this breakthrough called deep learning happened several years ago, and it's completely revolutionized computing. All the way from the way that you speak to your phone now, so that you can make natural language queries of your phone, to when you guys take photographs and you upload it into the cloud, and it automatically tags it for you, it automatically sorts it for you, and when you look for a particular photograph, it kind of magically shows up. All of that is possible as a result of artificial intelligence. Several years ago, we had the great privilege of meeting Sajjad, and we started to work together with Mercedes-Benz to bring artificial intelligence into the automotive industry to revolutionize the driving experience. And so you take a look at, and we spoke to a lot of companies, but we connected very, very quickly with Mercedes-Benz because it turns out that Mercedes-Benz already has a very significant internal artificial intelligence development to bring this capability to revolutionize cars. And so when our teams connected together, there was instant chemistry, and we share a common vision about how AI could change our driving experience and make it more enjoyable, make it easier, make it safer. And so we started to develop AI car concept for Mercedes-Benz, and that's been several years now.
So again, now I'm driving down the 101, my S-Class. specifically should I be thinking of? Thank you, Jen-Hsun, for making this happen. What exactly are you doing in that S-Class?
So the first thing that you have to realize is that your S-Class has eyes all around it. And it's paying attention all the time. And it never gets tired. And it's operating at a very high performance. And so it could sense and understand and perceive its environment all the time in real time. The second thing is inside your S-Class, there are sensors all over the cabin and all over the cockpit. And so even the cockpit is sensing the driver and the passengers. And so by just having alertness about the environment, alertness about the driver, the S-Class could drive pilot you, or if you're not in self-driving mode, it could look out for you. And so at all times, your Mercedes-Benz in the future will either assist in